Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
How long have you been doing this?
Been doing it for 39 years. Of course, when I started the first year, I had 5 trees. And of course, I was thrilled. And I had 50 people here at my first Christmas open house. You know, and of course, that was, of course, years ago. And
Did you ever think it would get this big?
I had not a clue. Not a clue did I think it would get this big, but you know, through the years, then you know, it gradually built up to more and more and more, and then we had repeat customers, and so when that happened, well, it was just a you know, a snowball effect, and so now. During the open house, during the weekend of open house, back when we started, we'd have open house on Sunday afternoon from like 1 until 5. Now we'll have it on Saturday, all day on a Saturday, and 3 hours on Sunday. And there, during the span of the 2 days, we normally have upwards of 850 people that come through. This area is gingerbread, which covers foods and snacks and all kinds of stuff.
It's so shocking to me because I never would have thought that there would be ornaments, this many types of ornaments, you know?
Yeah, well, like, see, this is kind of the fast food tree. You got the deluxe cheeseburger, you got your hot dog here, you got your French fries. We had chicken nuggets too. I don't know, we may be out of those. And so anyway, it's just there's sushi. So there's just a lot of things. And of course, we, you know, that's one of the things we work hard doing, and that is just going to market and trying to find as many different ornaments that, because we want to have something that for everybody. And that's the only way to do it is just work hard and search for them. If they're out there, we try to have it. And this angel here is one of the new items that we carried this year. Actually, this is the first year ever that they did this. It's called the Infinity Lights.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And we have Christmas trees in another section and snowmen also.
Wow.
But we always do a beach theme here. We do a funny beach theme here, and of course for years we've done a pot tree. This year we got this company called Tree Buddies. The Santa, the bloodshot eyes. Of course, we've done the pot leaves for several years, and the brownies. They come out with the CBD gummies this time, and the pot garland. So we've done that. We've done the December diamonds for years and years and years, and they're from the mermaids to the mermen. And of course, the way, as I tell people, the way there were 2 guys in Maggie Valley that started this company. Pilots, there's of course there's the there's veterinarians, and that's what he is. He's got his stethoscope there, and there's the nurses and hairdressers, and there's basketball players. They're just all different types of things, and in this line they do the mer people. They also do the fairies, which we display them up higher. So they have male and female. Of course, they have more male, but they do have female fairies also. Of course, look, you know, trees are bare to us. They're still full, but they're bare to us anyway. But we kind of do traditional, some traditional things, as well as, of course, we sell a lot of water globes and stuff like that. The olive wood ornaments, we do those every year, and that to the nativities up here with the olive wood. Then the Three Kings Company, there's 4 different sizes of those, and that set's $595, and we sell those every year at Christmas time. These are the better seller, of course, but they're $450 basically, but you've got all different sizes. And the guy, we talked to the guy that's the artist of this, and if you look at the wise men, all of them have totally different facial features because they were from 3 different countries, and he just does a wonderful job. He did the angel as a male because Gabriel was a male. The sheep that was raised when baby Jesus was born is the Hawassi sheep, and that's the type of sheep these are.
Wow.
So
Attention to detail is amazing.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. And these are known for their gold, frankincense, and myrrh, because actually when you get this, you have the authentic gold, frankincense, and myrrh, which comes with them. There's the gold, it says a gold leaf, and the frankincense is in packages, and we don't put a lot of them out this because everybody wants to touch it because of what it feels like and everything.
Wow, amazing.
And then we usually do a section of memories, and because everybody's lost loved ones through the years and stuff like that. So this section here is a little bit of that. This area here is, as we call it, the cave, which is actually what it looks like inside. And we always, in this area, we always do more of the inspirational type ornaments. The paper is not removed in this in the cave every year because it tears easy. So
yeah.
So anyway, we just redecorate each year. So
how long does a room like this take to decorate?
Well, sometimes it's just according to, you know, some days you can do it in a day. Other times, you know, if you got the plan of what you want to go where, it goes together faster than if you're just trying to feel your way through it. But a lot of times when we start, it's like, well, I'll say this area here we're going to do, like this area was going to be, we want to do the churches and a lot of white stuff, and the girl that did this area here, I said, look, this is what we've got to use, so, and this is what I won't use, so just go to it and put it, do it any way you want to. And so then, and that's what we did. And sometimes we will go by and tweak it, but a lot of times you don't do anything to it because it doesn't need anything. But through the course of the Christmas season, we sell off the trees, so we're constantly they're constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in this area, there's nutcrackers and all types. And that piano we built in his memory, and it was displayed at the funeral. And we used fresh flowers on it, and the piano bits were bedded out in red roses. And every year since, we've used it in his memory and displayed it somewhere in the shop. You know. And of course, in here's little cardinals, and we sell a lot of cardinals and berries and stuff like that. And of course, then this is the tree buddy tree. with all the stuff. There's the packages. We've got a elf around here somewhere like that, and of course this one has been popular. And then for all these ladies, that one has been popular.
Now, have you always been a Christmas lover?
Yes, that's probably when I was, I'm going to say probably in the 5th or 6th grade. Of course, see, when we were growing up, of course, back then, everybody was poor. There was no one that, I mean, we all lived in a certain community. We all went to the same church. We were all of them mostly were farmers. There were some that would go to Chattanooga to work, but everybody was in the same boat. You know, if somebody had a problem, it was the whole community's problem.
Yeah.
You know, and so we didn't feel like that we were, you know, that we did without anything. Of course, our parents always loved us and provided for us, but a lot of times I think back, back then you got the Sears and Roebuck catalog, and you had the wish book that's sent out at Christmas time, and we would go through that catalog and about wore it out before Christmas, you know, because you were just dreaming of all this stuff that you wanted Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
And there were nativity sets in the back that lit up, and I always wanted one of those nativity sets. Well, there was no way we could afford anything like that. And so one year, I don't know if my aunt gave me a coloring book, which was pictures of the nativity. And it was one page with Mary, one page with Joseph. There was the wise men and the kings. And so I looked at that and I thought, okay, how can I, because I'm not an artist. So.
Oh, I don't know. I would argue with you about that.
I got the little graph paper from the grocery store. I think at that time we bought it at the grocery store, but the ones with little bitty squares on it. And I traced that off. And we had, my dad had, back then paneling was the big thing put in your house. Of course, back then the houses, you know, when the wind blew, the curtains went out. But he put paneling over the walls in one of the rooms, and there were pieces of that paneling missing. That was just, some of them were just strips, but it was big enough that I would take a ruler and make inch squares and transfer from the little bitty graph paper. I transferred it onto that, drew it off with a jigsaw, cut it out, and painted it. And then I put it up outside for my nativity set. And I went down to the barn and got some hay and put out and fixed a little stable for them. And that actually, I used it for years, because that was the way that I got the nativity. And my grandparents had some old Christmas lights that they put on their house, and they decided not to use them anymore. So I took those, and Daddy helped put them on the house, so we put lights outside. And so it just kind of grew from that, you know, just, and matter of fact, I think I still have most of that nativity stored somewhere here, I believe. But I'd have to check and see, but I know we saved it, ever thinking I'd ever use it again. But of course, as you get older, you'd like to see that anyway, for what you did, because it was just paneling, and you know, of course, paneling's not sealed or anything. You know, I used the back of it. And of course, after a few years, well, it would start splintering, and so I was able to get a little bit more thicker plywood, and then I coated the back of it with a sealer, you know, to help weather the.
It started with pieces of paneling and ended up in over 200 trees.
Yeah, yeah. They still make them here in the United States. There's a few things that they will bring in that's not made here, but the clothing and all, they dress them all here in the United States.
Another infinity mirror.
There's the Infinity. The snowmen, we had the smaller size too, but we sold out of that. And here's the trees. And the smaller tree is actually battery powered, or you can use the USB port. It has the USB port built in, but the larger ones are electrical. And then in this room here, they do the green tree and the infinity tree there, and we sold out of the smaller one. And next year we've already seen some of the new stuff that's come out. They've actually got a tree that's decorated and it has the balls and stuff like that, colored lights, so it's going to be neat. But this section here is mostly, well, of course, the Grinch tree there, and that's Nightmare Before Christmas there, and Rudolph and Harry Potter there, SpongeBob, and What's Left of Frozen is there, and the Disney tree. Sesame Street's over here, and then you've got Shopkins and Hatchimals, and I was trying to think. I don't know my kids' cartoons. This one is Coco Melon, and there is Bluey, but we don't have any Bluey left at all. We've got this little guy. I don't know what his name is, but he is in that same. Peppa Pig, you got, and these are Bubble Guppies here. I guess those are Rugrats maybe, and Dora and the emojis. And we do all the sports, different ones from, of course, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, bowling, field hockey, track, biking, pickleball, and we had disc golf earlier. We sold out of those, and then we do the dinosaur tree here, and then this here is a cartoon Dino Ranch here, and it's got dinosaurs in it too, and the Wizard of Oz. And then we've got of course the band musical stuff here, and you've got Kiss, and the checkers and pool players and all that kind of stuff there. And then we've got the Alabama and Tennessee and Georgia and Auburn sections there too. And then in here we've got the Elvis tree here. There's the Ninja Turtles and Doctor Who and Star Wars. And we've got Lucy here and Betty Boop and Coca-Cola. And this tree's just got a little bit of everything, things that says make me happy. It's woodworker drills, and there's a plumber, there's a handyman, so there's all different types of ornaments for that special person. There's a massager. And this tree is autistic. And then we have the teacher tree, firefighter tree, and first responders. What's left of these, they're kind of bare now, but the policemen, doctors and the nurses, and
There's literally a tree here for everyone.
yeah, and the veterinarians also is on that too. So, and then we've got all the armed forces, including veterans, and all the way down to political trees. We do the Democrat tree and the Republican tree, and then we do a Democrat Republican together there. It's the political tree. Then this is the travel tree, which is a lot of different
That's
areas
my kind of tree there.
that, yeah. The iris tree there. And this is just some fun trees with the Santa and the snowmen and all that stuff. Got one more section in here. This area we do more woodland animals, zoo animals. We do a wine tree each year. Then we got the cats and the dogs. Here are the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts and the Girl Scouts. And then this is the lake trees, camping. And we've got horses and western, southwestern there. John Deere. And this is kind of the farm tree with all the animals, different types of animals on it. And then that's like the man cave tree. And then we've got the hunting tree, and the fishing tree is over here, and the hikers here. This tree here is the sewing tree. It's got the sewing machines and the this area is mostly more of the older style ornaments. We have a lot of things that look more handmade. And we've got a hobby tree over here that has people who like to work jigsaw puzzles and stuff like that. We just got a little bit of everything, painting and stuff like that on that. Books, that people who like to read books. And then we use the deaf blue ornaments. We have those every year too, the blue and white ornaments there that we carry.
And then when does all of this come down?
Well, it comes down, starts coming down right after Christmas.
Mhm.
Actually, we'll be open this year till Saturday will be our last day to be open before Christmas. We'll be closed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Then we open the day after Christmas. Now, when we open the day after Christmas, we've always had a half price sale immediately following. Now, people who come before Christmas, you'll see it as it is now. When you come the day after Christmas, there'll be walls that will disappear. We have to have walls opened up and all this kind of stuff. So if people come, they need to come before Christmas to see it as it is now. And then gradually it all comes down, but we have to, everything, usually by the first week in January, people's pretty much tired of Christmas. They're trying to get theirs put away. And by that time, we're getting pretty seriously about taking everything, getting changed over to our next season.
So the best time to come and see Christmas at Eddie's is actually, you said October? So
Yes, we open the second weekend of October each year, and we usually open that Saturday at 8 o'clock that Saturday morning, and then when we open them, we're open 7 days a week from then till Christmas.
What's the inspiration behind this? Do you have an inspiration that keeps you going?
Well, a lot of times it's just the fact that, Christmas should be a very joyous time of the year. Unfortunately, we got away from the real meaning of Christmas. We get caught up in the rat race of everything and everything, and we forget that that Jesus is the reason for the season, and we just tend to leave him out. And in doing this, I hope that when you come in, you can basically be on a roller coaster ride of emotions from the time you were a little child to your adult, plus everything in between, because we're definitely, the nativities are definitely the reason that we do this, and the joy that people get from coming really makes Christmas what Christmas is to us, because they do enjoy it, and you can tell when people come in and how their eyes light up, and how it's just a good feeling when you feel like it. And especially, we have some people that will come in from time to time and they'll say, well, I've come to my happy place, and this is my happy place. So if we can be their happy place for this 3 months out of the year, well, it's worth it all. Because we know that people lose loved ones every day, and there's nothing fun about that. There's not any, you just, and at Christmas time, a lot of times is where you really miss people. But if we can help make it easier to get through the Christmas season, then that's what we would like to be a part of, to help you get through that season.
That's awesome.
After this, y'all gonna close down for a couple of weeks and go on vacation? It's like,
Oh, you got to
Steve-
start over.
Steve said, "I wish." Said we would have to get the dictionary to look up the word what vacation means. So it's a never-ending, thing.
Yeah.
We never-
That's devotion for sure.
Yeah.